Is Raphinha a basketball player? A recent Team of the Year would lead you to believe that was the case. Maybe you have the same problem that I do. You already know that individual awards in football are stupid, but they still manage to annoy you nonetheless. Somehow, some way, they always do. Back in April of 2025, Raphinha was the absolute favorite to win the Ballon d'Or and the Best Award. This was, of course, prior to Barcelona crashing out in the semi-finals, snatching defeat from the jaws of victory with that Acerbi goal. Even in failing to win the Champions League, given his own individual performances, as well as contributions to Barcelona's dominant season domestically, Raphinha had to be amongst the favorites, maybe even the favorite, depending on who you would ask.
Raphinha is ahead, yes.
Wait, what? I got lost. What do you mean?
Raphinha is ahead, yes.
For the Ballon d'Or?
Yes, he is ahead because of what he's doing in the Champions League. He's on 11 goals in the Champions League.
So ultimately, we have all known that individual awards in football are silly and are ultimately a PR stunt, a popularity contest in many respects. And sure, Ousmane Dembele winning both awards, totally fine by me. We know these things mostly go to the player who either absolutely dunked on his competition stat-wise, or who's the best player in the best team in Europe or the world. That's often the way that they go. But the speed in which Raphinha's accomplishments from the last year or so have been forgotten when it came to awards is pretty mind-boggling to me. And yes, even a Benfica supporter can go to bat for a former Vitória Guimarães and Sporting player. But just quickly guys, a word from our sponsor for this video, SeatGeek. The group stage schedule for the World Cup is out now. For me, still eyeing Portugal versus Colombia in Miami, still got my eye on it, but Canada versus Switzerland in Vancouver would be nice as well. SeatGeek has you covered for all of the games though, and with over 35 million downloads, SeatGeek is the #1 rated ticketing app with over 70,000 events to choose from concerts to sporting events, festivals, and more. Plus, they have that buyer guarantee, so it's a no worries process. SeatGeek is a breeze to use. I used it to get some hockey tickets a few years ago to go see the Montreal Canadiens. Looked out for those green dots while I was shopping. Green is good. Green is a good deal. Bought them and got into the Bell Center. No problem. So if you're heading over or coming over to the US, Canada, or Mexico this summer for the World Cup, I have a special discount. Get $30 off any World Cup tickets when you spend $200. Just use code RABONATV. It works for new and existing users. Hit the link in the description so the code gets auto-applied. And hey, make sure you click the link, even if you aren't buying now, so that you have the code automatically added to your account so that you can use it at a later time. That's $30 off any World Cup tickets after you spend $200 with promo code RABONATV. Thank you, SeatGeek. Last season, everyone was kind of just waiting for Raphinha's form to dry up. The more time went on, the more he scored and assisted. And of course, this was a guy who was on the outs at Barcelona that summer of 2024 with the whole Nico Williams Barcelona shirt fiasco that sort of lit a fire under Raphinha, a fire we'd never really seen before. Raphinha grew to not only become a lethal attacker under Hansi Flick, down that left or even through the middle at times, but he also grew to become a leader in the dressing room. Flick trusted Raphinha. He gave him responsibility, and it paid off massively. Later in April of last season, Raphinha spoke of Flick and how he convinced him to stay at Barcelona the summer prior, saying, quote, "He has changed practically everything for me. I was on my way out of the club before the season started, but the coach was really important in changing my mind and getting me to stay at the club. He put his faith in me to do what I'm doing. He has changed it all for me. I'm having my best season in football and I owe everything to him." Likewise, Flick has spoken of how important Raphinha was to Barcelona's success last season, saying of the Brazilian attacker, quote, "Raphinha is really important and always has a positive attitude which is contagious to the others. I told him that we needed him and he did a really good job. The comeback was incredible." While he wasn't the captain of the team, he truly grew into the leader, both in performance and the standards that he demanded of his teammates following frustrating losses to Leganés or Las Palmas at home, or his desire to win just in general. He was playing with a chip on his shoulder following that summer of 2024, and he wanted his teammates to play that way as well, knowing they were capable of winning absolutely everything that season. And despite doing all that he could to win it all,
It's another twist! It's
a goal by Francesco Acerbi!
A moment that will go down as one of the best from one of the best semi-final second legs in modern Champions League history. As I said in the intro, Barcelona snatched defeat from the jaws of victory. Now, of course, we don't know that they would have defeated PSG on any given day. They could. You never know in one-off matches how things will play out given the different permutations. But with the way PSG were performing at that time, it would have been a very difficult task for that Barcelona defense to defend against them. But they would have been on course for a quadruple because the Champions League was the only blotch on Barcelona's season. Raphinha, a leader for Barcelona, contributed hugely to Barcelona's dominance of Spain in that season. LaLiga, they clinched it with 2 matches to spare, finishing ahead of Real Madrid and Atletico. Copa del Rey, they beat Real Madrid there as well, winning in extra time. Before that, they also won the Supercopa de España, again against Real Madrid, with Raphinha contributing 2 goals and an assist in that final. Absolutely, the fact that Barcelona didn't make or win the Champions League final hurt his chances at the Ballon d'Or. Maybe the fact that he didn't play at the Club World Cup hurt him in the eyes of the FIFA The Best awards, but his season was impressive all the same, very impressive. Raphinha finished the season with more goal contributions across all competitions when compared to every other player in the top 5 leagues, as you can see here from Transfermarkt. 34 goals, 26 assists, better even than Mo Salah, better even than Ousmane Dembele, the winner of the Ballon d'Or. Now, let me just make something clear here. This video isn't to tear down Dembele, not at all. Dembele had an unbelievable season, especially that stretch from December to about mid-March, where he just could not stop scoring and was the most potent attacker in Europe at that point. The beginning of the season and, towards the end, he fell off a little bit. But this video is about acknowledging the sort of erasure of Raphinha. The Ballon d'Or, with him finishing 5th, even behind someone like Salah, bizarre. If Raphinha had finished 2nd here, that would have sat okay with me. Dembele performed extremely well and was part of a team that won everything. Award him for that. Totally fine. He was absolutely integral. That run of goal contributions from the second leg against Liverpool to the final, incredible. You guys know I was backing big man Dembouz. And so Dembele winning the FIFA The Best award was taken as read after he'd taken the Ballon d'Or. The podium read Dembele, Lamine Yamal, Raphinha's teammate, and then Kylian Mbappe. What's this dude doing here? I kid, but just seems a little random. Okay, Raphinha not making the podium was silly enough again, but he also didn't even make the team of the year, prompting his wife to tweet out the team of the year with the caption reading, "Is Raphinha a basketball player?" And that's fair. Raphinha not making it into this 11 is a bit bizarre. Cole Palmer helped Chelsea to the Conference League, and more importantly for this award show, the FIFA Club World Cup. So okay, I guess he can be in there. Not his best season individually, but they won things. But it brings up the whole argument once again of what are these awards for, right? Is it for the best player in the team that won something? Because just because someone's team won an international trophy, that doesn't mean that they were in fact one of the best players in the world. Or is it for the player that achieved the most when it comes to goals and assists? I mean, if we're to look at Raphinha's play across all of last season, he was the most consistent and the highest performer. And let's be honest, winning every trophy available in your respective country, that's pretty decent as well. Even within the Champions League, he equaled Cristiano Ronaldo's record for the most goal contributions in a single season, as Raphinha was the top scorer and had the most assists, the most consistent player from start to, until they were eliminated. All but one of the matches, I guess. But he missed the most important one. Now, of course, there's a conspiracy going around now that Raphinha is apparently the victim of. Take this for what you will. Conspiracies are exactly that, just conspiracies, but people allege that Barcelona put all of their marketing and PR power into Lamine Yamal for the award shows, as he's their most marketable asset of the moment. And the other part of it, there is apparently a Ballon d'Or clause that came with Raphinha's transfer from Leeds to FC Barcelona. Numbers here vary. I've seen it listed as 10 million euros. I've seen it listed as 12 million euros. Similarly to transfer fees, they are often off by, a few million depending on where you read. But there's a belief amongst some supporters that Barcelona didn't want to pay this clause, and so they tried to push Lamine Yamal as the best player in the world rather than Raphinha, the guy who had more goal contributions than any other player in the top 5 leagues. It's a bit weird to see, the complete underappreciation or disrespect for what was an incredible achievement from Raphinha. His 60 goal contributions is the most a player has had since Erling Haaland had 61 in the 22-23 season, so a couple of years ago. His treble-winning season, by the way, and he didn't win the Ballon d'Or. Raphinha may never have a season like that again, a season where Barcelona conquers all domestically, and he was at the heart of it all. At the top of Europe, goal contributions wise. So it's a shame that he wasn't seen for what he was last season. The best, most consistent individual performer across all competitions from August 2024 to August 2025. But yeah, individual awards are stupid. Maybe next year they won't annoy me as much. I doubt it. We'll meet here, same place next year, guys. Speaking of next year, thank you for another very, very fun year. I'm going to take some time to be with my family. It's my 5-month-old son's first Christmas. My parents are here. I want to be as present as possible for this, but as always, I will return in the first half of January. Okay? Thank you guys for everything, and be well. See you soon.